from the KATC Weatherland, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, another high heat summer day. Temperatures topping out in the upper 90s as expected. Tomorrow and Friday we'll have a shot at 100 degrees, but we're going to have some scattered storms around and about, and depending on the timing of those storms, some of us might not make the 100-degree mark, others probably 101, maybe 102 out there. So let's take a look at the big picture here as we look at the water vapor imagery. And we have kind of a little bit of a dirty ridge of high pressure and a northerly flow aloft that's keeping clouds in the region and some showers and storms, some stronger storms up to the north of us. And this is going to be the pattern the next couple of days with a northerly flow aloft, disturbances rolling through here. So we can't eliminate the rain chances. We'll be down to about 30% tomorrow, but probably back up to 40, perhaps 50% for Friday, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a bit. Now, regionally, you can see scattered showers and storms into Arkansas. We have a couple of severe weather warnings for storms that could contain damaging winds and hail. And any storms we see, especially as we get into Friday, we might see some pretty strong storms, maybe the possibility of hail as well. Very low-end risk of severe weather. In fact, we're not even hatched in for a marginal risk, but in the summer when you have 100-degree temperatures and then you mix storms in, there's usually pretty strong winds with those storms. You can see they're generally dropping to the south. We have some strong activity up across the southern portion of Rapides Parish. We had some showers in around the Lafayette area. There's one here by Jeanerette and a few other sporadic showers around the region. And again, activity in Lafayette kind of winding down. We did have a little bit of a shower just north and east of the station now, right by Pinhook down through the Broussard area. And then as we get to Vero School Road, that's right here. So we've had some shower activity locally in Lafayette and around and about the area, but not much going on. Not much going on in the Gulf nor the Caribbean. Thank you, El Nino, for keeping those upper-level winds going. Meanwhile, though, farther to the east in the Atlantic, where we knew we were going to see action, big action this year, one coming off the African coast looks to develop, 60% chance. And Lee upgraded from a tropical depression, a tropical storm rather, to a hurricane this afternoon. It's been getting better and better organized on satellite imagery, and in about a day or so it's going to go through at least one rapid intensification cycles. We call them RIs, maybe several before this system matures out and goes into the eye wall replacement cycle. But bottom line, 75-mile-per-hour winds moving to the west-northwest, going over very warm ocean water, low shear environment. So the Hurricane Center brings us up to a major hurricane as early as late tomorrow night, and then we get into the Category 4 status, maybe more than 150-mile-per-hour winds. Some of the models are going for anywhere between 170 to 175 on this storm system. But right now, we'll call it a fish storm, but there are plenty of marine interest from cruise ships to just any kind of vessels that have to keep an eye on this system. Where does it go beyond this Monday time frame? We still see the models making a turn to the north, but Northeast Caribbean will have to watch this. The Bahamas will have to watch it. Bermuda right here is certainly going to have to watch this system, and the East Coast will be watching it for the possibility of big tides and beach erosion, that sort of thing. And New England and the Canadian Maritimes may ultimately be at risk too, but it's too far out to tell. Nonetheless, we know we're going to see a whopper of a storm developing in the open Atlantic. Meanwhile, for us, notice the blue here, drier air moving in as we head into the latter part of the weekend. We're still going to get hot, but we're going to get better at night. Meanwhile, you can see Lee bombing out, dry air over us, and that's the way it stays for a while. And then you see that storm moving northward, and look, there's another one not far off to the east of it. That's that other system that's coming off the African coast. So in the near term, it's going to be quiet. Risk of a shower or thunder shower through the overnight hours, no higher than about 5%. Tomorrow, a scattering of storms. Look at the model, going for 101. We're going to go for 100, but it might be 101 or 102 with northerly winds. And we do it again on Friday, and we'll show you the graph model for Friday. Maybe a better chance of storms. Highs tomorrow ranging anywhere from 99 to 102 across the board. We'll go 100 in Lafayette and the same in Lake Charles, Jennings, and Cecilia, and upper 90s to near 100 coastal parishes as well. And the overnight hours, not much change there. 77 the overnight low. The shower and thunder shower activity, if we have any, that's going to disappear. Generally fair skies overnight tonight there. The computer catches matches up with us as well. Then for tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit hotter. We'll say heat inching a little higher. Temperatures getting up to near 100 for the afternoon. Scattered storms coming later in the day. You might hear some rumbles of thunder and a few downpours out there. Chance of getting wet at a typical summer 30%. Untypical summer temperatures, though, a better chance of storms come Friday evening. Hopefully the last of the high heat the next couple of days. And then look, as we get into Sunday morning and beyond, those overnight lows, upper 60s to lower 70s. And even though they're not really cool fronts, I drew a couple of fronts on there because they're dry fronts and they're going to make it feel better. And look at this, at the end of the 10-day forecast, the coolest temperatures we've called for, highs in the lower 90s.
Lower 90s.
Not necessarily cool, but lower 90s.
It's better.
It's gonna
better
feel
than
great.
100 to 110.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you, Rob.